How's it going, comic book fans? So for this video, I'm going to do comics by the budget or keys by the budget. These are comics that are like $10 or less, which anybody can afford. Or if they're in really rough shape, you might be able to find them in your dollar bin section. So here are some cool key comics that are like $10 or less. And anybody can afford them because we're all on a budget. We all have to spend wisely because with inflation and everything going up, life's a little more expensive. So even though I do work 5 days a week like everybody else, I do have to stick with a budget because I own my own home and I have monthly bills to pay. So and whatever's left over at the end of the month, I still have to make sure I have enough money for emergencies and make sure I have money for comics. But I do stick with a budget. I only spend when I need to, and I just buy when I can. So first comic that's is about a $10 comic is this cool Spider-Man green cover. Is volume 2 ongoing. It was an ongoing volume for a while. I think they went over 100 issues or so, but still, I kept it in the poly bag. I love these Spider-Man Volume 2 covers. They're such great covers. While all of these may not, while some of these number ones or key issues are not totally vintage, but people nowadays seem to be getting thinking 80s and not even early 90s are vintage, which I don't think 90s are that vintage because I grew up in the 90s and I went to high school in the 90s and I grew up with a lot of these comics, so I think they're just so cool. But anyways, this is a key issue that $10 and under, you guys, we're all on budget, so I think we can afford these. So next one I want to show you guys, which is a cool one, is Morbius. I know there was a Morbius movie that came out. I did not watch it. And this is not one of my favorite characters of the MCU. But this is one comic that's not risen in value because the movie or whatever. This is still about $3 to $5 US comic on eBay right now. But again, if you're lucky enough to have a comic book store with a dollar bin section, you might be able to snag this one up very cheaply. I've just had this in my collection for a while, so, and it is the first ongoing series for this comic. So pretty cool, pretty collectible, because it falls under 2 categories: number 1 and budget comics. And I don't know if you guys watched the Morbius movie or not, but I know I did not enjoy it. So this is one comic that's not really gone up in value. Next kind of cool one that's kind of a undervalued one as well is Cable number 1. And the most I've seen it selling for is $5 to $6 US. I picked this one up for $2. This is a higher grade copy than what I already had. This is Origin of Cable, and it was the first title for Cable from 1993. So yeah, like I say, I seen it selling on eBay for $4 to $5 US, somewhere in there. But again, if you can pick it up for like $2 to $3, you're doing good. And look how shiny it is. I love the gold foil for it. So like I say, I do have a couple of these in my collection, so pretty cool. Next shiny one I want to show you guys is Thunderstrike. This is another one that hasn't gone up in value. It's not a spec book or anything by that, so it is another $3 to $5 US book any day of the week. So if you can pick this up for like $2 to $3, that's pretty cool. I like this one because it's so shiny. It's a foil cover. It's in very fine to near mint condition. So yes, it is probably worth about $5, but I picked it up for $3. So you can't really go wrong in there. So this is titled Blood Without Glory. There's no first appearances or in here, but it does fall under the category of number 1. So, and this is from 1993. I was in grade 11 when this came out, but I do not remember it. So Now I'm going to show you guys a cool DC comic, a collector's edition, polybag, called The Blood Syndicate. This is another one that is all day long. It's a $3 to $4 comic book. You can find these in your dollar bin section if you're lucky enough. I've been lucky enough to pick these up for a couple bucks here and there, so I do pick these up whenever I can. So such a cool book. I do like the polybag books, so it's they're such cool ones just to have in your collection, and it is in my DC book, but this is a first appearance, so it does make it a little more collectible. It's the first appearance of Blood Syndicate team, so pretty awesome there. So I don't know if you guys collected the polybags during the 90s, but now that I'm older, I do appreciate them more, so they are still cool. But this is another budget book that people are ignoring. I think it's good to have in your collection. Another cool one that's about a $4 to $5 book is Ghost Rider Blaze Spirits of Vengeance #1. This is Midnight Sun Part 6. I only paid about $3 to $4 for this, which is what is still worth even to this day. It's 2022, but it's still, as usual, some books do not go up in value because it's not a SPAT book or it's not in the MCU. So, and it does come with a cool poster in it. So I have kept it in the poly bag all this time. I bought this a while ago in the collection of books, and I just kind of kept it with my Marvel stuff. It goes into my category of #1. While I don't have the whole series on this, I thought this was a cool one to show you guys for budget books. If you're, again, if a comic shop selling this for $10 or more, is not, they're kind of ripping you off, because all day long this is about $3 to $5 book. Next one I want to show you guys is another cool one. I remember buying this way back in the day. It's Quasar #1. There's been no mention of Quasar coming to the MCU anytime soon, so this is another undervalued book, I think, and I suggest picking this one up when you can. I paid about $2 to $3 in a collection. It's only going on eBay maybe $5 at most, so this is in kind of very fine condition, so not a bad read. It's another origin story. I mean, without #1s, there would be no comic collection, because #1s is usually start of the series, so it's still pretty cool book to have. I mean, I've had Quasar for a long time, and the value has just kind of stabilized for this book. So this is definitely a budget book, bang for the buck, because again, we are all on budgets because life is more expensive now. Another cool Spider-Man book, a little older book that's kind of a key issue, but it hasn't really gone up in value, is Amazing Spider-Man 283. It is from 1986, so it's an older book. I was 11 years old when this came out. I love the black suit in this one. I know people like to think Spider-Man's every Spider-Man book's going to be like $100 book, but that's not true. Not all key issues will go up in value. Look at this one. All day long, this is another $3 to $5 book. This is in very good condition. I say almost like an 8 to 9 out of 10. This is the first cameo appearance of Mongoose. He's a part man, part not human, but still pretty cool. I do have a couple of copies of these, so I'm happy to have them. I'm such a huge Spider-Man fan, but what makes this valuable is there's a cameo appearance in here, so it is a cool read. Spider-Man's always great. So again, not all Spider-Man books are going to be expensive, and not all keys or because this is a cameo appearance, not full appearance. the value, I don't know if the value will ever go up on a book like this. So, and last but not least, another cool number one. While it may not be the most popular, and there's been no mention of this character coming into the MCU, as far as I know, it's Ka-Zar the Savage. This is number one collector. As you can see, it collectors issue item premiere 1981. So it's another early Bronze Age comic, but still it is another budget book. The most you'll see it go for, at least it should go for, is $5 on what I seen is go for on eBay. This is, I mean, it is a cool book. It kind of sets in the primal age, and it does, because he's such a different character, like kind of like Conan or Tarzan or any of those characters. But yeah, there's been no mention of this character coming to the MCU. So these are good books to pick up any day. If you're on the budget and looking for number ones, these are some cool number ones to pick up. I mean, if I find more of these, I put these up all the time, because there's no harm in it. I mean, if anything, to resell later for a little bit more than what you paid, which is so cool. So there you go. There's some cool budget books that I have in my collection, and that people should be able to pick up for like $2 to $5 each. I mean, the most special one in this pile is this cool Spider-Man, because it is how this green one's a little rarer to find. But again, if a comic shop is selling this type of comic for like $15 or more, you should be able to find it for $10 or less. I mean, yeah, there are budget books out there. You don't always need to go for the high value books. I mean, I do like high value books, but I only do it if I have the money and if it's in line with my interest. So my tip of the day is go for the budget books. I mean, people don't look out for these because they're not the high value books, but you don't need to high value books in your collection to make it your collection good. I love these undervalued books, and like I say, I will put these up all day long. I mean, now that Morbius is in the MCU, how do you guys feel about it? Did you like the movie? I have not seen it yet. I don't know if I will, just from how it looks and everything. I know it's going to be on 4K Blu-ray and all of that in September, so we'll see. I might check it out when it comes to Disney at some point, and maybe in the fall, maybe closer to maybe next year, who knows. But still, all day long, these books are, again, like I say, budget books, key books, whatever you want to call them. Still, to me, they're still collectible. Some people like these, some don't, but these are what I got in my collection. So I thought I'd do show you guys some cool books that are still undervalued, underappreciated, and again, the value may not pick up. So for next Sunday, I'll be doing more medium type books that are like $20 or more that are in my collection, just because they are worth that much. But still, I am more of a budget guy, and I do have more budget books than anything, and I do like them. They're still good reads. They're part of the Marvel universe for most of it, and they're part of the DC universe. So again, like I say, try and pick up these books. If you only have $20 in your pocket, these are the type of books to go for. So for my final thought is, budget books are good. Buy the budget books if you can. I buy Archie comics. I buy all these type of different books because they are undervalued, and they are, for bang for your buck. They will be fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's when it comes to comics, I do like to be cheap myself. I don't like to pay full price if I don't have to. So thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next Saturday for Venture Fat Saturday. But again, I will be doing next Sunday. I will try to do find some cool key books that are about worth $20 or more, because they will be like the medium type books to buy. So I'll see you guys next week. Everybody have a good week. And follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I'll be posting stuff throughout the week on there too. So, and I'm at Twitter at Joel's Comments Table. Thanks everybody. Have a great week.